fun. I wanted to do like something different and do like a fighting game series called, like, because I'm mostly an FGC streamer as far as like, I stream mostly fighting games, so I wanted to do a little series called the FGC Word of the Day, and I'm gonna start today. Today's FGC Word of the Day is roundhouse. So basically, roundhouse is like a heavy kick move, like the heavy kick button for a character. So basically, like, Manon, her heavy kick is going to be this. So in the FGC, they call that roundhouse. Usually, it's the most damaging normal, or at least one of the most damaging normals that a character has. So you'll see like Ken also has his roundhouse. That's what it looks like there. And then you'll see like in other other fighting games, like my character actually Vega. He had some roundhouses are better than others. Like I feel like in Street Fighter 4, Vega had a really epic roundhouse, and so Vega, even though he was a bottom 3 character, considered by a lot of people, like including Justin Wong, I think his roundhouse was definitely top 3. He had a really good roundhouse that beat beat a lot of focus attacks. So not all roundhouses are the same. Some are better than others, and then you'll have like some characters like Balrog and Dudley. Like you'll have like boxer characters. They have different roundhouses. Roundhouses that are punch moves because they don't have any kick moves. But roundhouse is always going to refer to the heavy kick button. So it's not necessarily a kick. Sometimes it's not even necessarily a kick move. So that's the FGC word of the day is roundhouse. My name, Sweep. So basically we're going to start off with the sweep. So not everyone has the same sweep. All sweeps are created differently. As you can see, like Bison in Street Fighter 4 had a sweep. It was like a slide though, so it's a little different. But sweeps are generally done by pressing crouching heavy kick. And then that's usually what the sweep is. As you can see, Makoto's sweep actually goes high. So in order to do a sweep with Makoto, you actually got to do crouching heavy punch, and then she actually sweeps you and knocks you down with her hand. So it's a little different. But as you can see, everyone's sweep is a little different. Some people have sweeps that hit twice. As you can see, Guile had a double hitting sweep. T-Hawk had a double hitting sweep as well. Some people like Vega, like DJ's anti-airs. So you can see like I know you can't really see it in this segment, but like his sweep actually anti-airs you, like if you get hit. So like his sweep is a little different. In Street Fighter 4, sweeps are a little bit safer too. So in Street Fighter 4, sweeps are generally pretty hard to punish. You can't really punish them like you do in Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6. And then of course, like there's some people, like the boxers, they have sweeps that look different too. Because as you can see, Dudley in Street Fighter 4, Balrog in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, they have sweeps where they don't even use their feet. Like they use hands, so it's a little different. And then of course my beloved Colleen in Street Fighter 4, I love this character so much, my favorite character of all time. She could link her sweep into an EX hands, or she could link her sweep into like different moves, so it's a little different. Very different actually. It's like very different from any sweep that you will ever see in a Street Fighter game. So that's today's FGC word of the day is actually the sweep. I haven't guessed it already based on the screen that I'm on. Today's FGC word of the day is online warrior. So what is an online warrior? An online warrior, it sounds like an amazing thing. An online warrior, wow, you are a warrior, you are killing it online, but it's actually a negative thing because an online warrior is considered bad, in the FGC community. So basically an online warrior is someone that only ranks up online, like they're at the top of the game, like they're at the top of the leaderboards, but when it comes to actual tournaments, they can't really play. So that's the idea of what an online warrior is. It's not necessarily meant to be a good thing. Kind of similar to how, like in the NFL, if you watch football or college football, whatever, a quarterback that's considered a game manager, it sounds like an amazing thing, but it's not. A game manager is a quarterback that like just, kind of manages the game, like to not lose, but they can't win you a game, but they can manage to not lose the game, basically, based off the talent around them. So an online warrior is not really necessarily a good thing. I'm not saying all these guys are online warriors. Like Nephew, I think I saw him. He's definitely not an online warrior. He can play. Phenom can play. Mago can play. Valmaster. So all these guys, like 801 Strider is a player. But sometimes, like, generally, like Banana Ken, I think, I've heard of him, and I'm pretty sure he's an online warrior because he's not really doing much in tournaments, so that's the difference. And then we could get into the like Taquito, for example. So there's a lot of good players up here. It seems like at the top of the leaderboards. But what is an online warrior? Basically, like in Street Fighter V, we kind of saw the same thing. If you go to the, obviously, like if you there's like a thing called Warlord, and like the people at the top of those leaderboards. There's a lot of online warriors on that as well. But we can get into a whole nother debate. In Street Fighter V, the ranking is more respectable in my opinion. Like to be a master in Street Fighter V is a lot harder to be a master in Street Fighter V than it is Street Fighter 6. I feel like in Street Fighter 6 everyone's a master, so it's definitely a little different. And then like in this game, for example, look how far you have to go. Like I'm literally scrolling down. Look how far you have to go to find. Like it's still like I'm still scrolling through masters. Like there's like 5,000. Like last time I scrolled through the like 5,000 people, and it's it's much deeper than that. There's probably a good 20,000 masters. Like literally, I'm just taking a guess. So it's different in this game, but Street Fighter 6 is definitely, like the way it's going, it's definitely on pace to create way more online warriors than any Street Fighter game in the history of Street Fighter, just because, given like the time period of when online Street Fighter started, first of all. Second of all, given how many masters there are in this game, like there's a ton of masters, like there's like an insane amount of master ranked players. They really should have called it something else, but but they didn't. So that's basically how I see it. It is what it is, but Street Fighter 6 is on pace to have the most online warriors in the history of Street Fighter. Just given like the ranks, there's going to be a lot of people really proud of their online master ranking, only to find that they can't win or place in a tournament. And it's like how like some players like they it's like how I don't know if you've ever seen those LTG videos of LTG's like you got this really good rank, but like you're a master, but no one's ever heard of you. And that's basically the idea, like even though I like to watch him because he's just funny, like the rage is funny, but enough about him. But Kazunoko, for example, like a lot of these guys are actually really good players, but like Nemo, like you see a lot of them, but some of these guys you'll never see, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being an online warrior if you just want to play online and not not go to a tournament. There's nothing wrong with it. But anyway, that's the FGC word of the day, and this also concludes Chapter 1 of WakeupSweep's FGC Dictionary. So I want to continue this series. There's a lot of different terms out there, FGC terms that I feel like someone should make a dictionary. So I'm making my own version of the dictionary, and I'm gonna do it in chapters about like 3 words. It's like I'm gonna take like 3 words from each stream. So like I'm doing like one stream. I'm doing a word a day basically for the most part for most streams, at least for the FGC streams anyway. And I'm basically gonna combine like 3 words of the day into like one YouTube video. And I know dictionaries aren't really compiled of chapters. That's not really how they do it. But for this dictionary, it's gonna be chapters. Damn it. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I